Good morning slash afternoon slash evening to all of you. Insert your area of the world here and then, just plug in your time. But I have a Yu match against the Master KSD. Looking at our teams, it pretty much might as well be 4th gen Yu, which I really like Yu in 5th gen because it's got stuff from OU in the last generation that I enjoyed, and it's got Yu from both generations, which is like, hey, that works out. I've only got one new thing, and I don't think he has any new things, but it's still a really fun game otherwise, so we'll get right into it. He's going to lead off with Nidoqueen. I expect him to set up the hazards or switch. Setting up the hazards would be a pretty ballsy move against Ludicolo. But he actually tries to phase me out on the first turn. Dragon Tail is kind of a shaky accuracy to it. I think it's like 70, 75 to 80, something in that ballpark. To the point where if it was me, it would be missing like every other fucking time I used it. But I go for the Hydro Pump. Had I gone for the Hydro Pump on the first turn and just played it really aggressively, I wouldn't have had to deal with the Toxic Spikes later that he does actually get the opportunity to set up. But now that I have my speed boosted, I will be faster than this Roserade. I might as well try to kill it off with Ice Beam. It unfortunately does around the same amount of damage, but he misses his Sleep Powder. Now here is a move that I should have done, but I didn't watching back. I should have gone for the Hydro Pump. That would have been beautiful, because he actually ends up going to his Rotom to take the Ice Beam. I don't know why he would have brought in Rotom. If he brought in Registeel, that would have been a hell of a lot better. But looking back at it, I should have gone for the Hydro Pump, because that is my hardest hitting move. It definitely would have killed him from that range, because I missed this one, okay? And from the damage that this Rotom does, I'm thinking, okay, it's definitely offensive. I'll have to keep that in mind. I wasn't paying attention to lefties in that turn, so I kind of thought he was scarfed for the duration of the match. And, I just had Ice Beam damage on him, but it was really stupid of me. But he brings in Registeel now, which he should have done earlier. He dodged quite a bullet there. And he's going to end up going for the Iron Head because he's unsure as to whether or not he can take me out with a Seismic Toss. The thing is I had exactly the amount of HP he needed to take me out with Seismic Toss. So kind of silly because I do get off a Hydro Pump that does around half. Rain boosted, modest Life Orb Ludicolo does work. So I scared off his Nidoqueen. I took out his... Did I take out his... No, I didn't take out his Roserade. I did a little bit of damage to his Rotom too, so... a little bit here and there. The real MVP to this match, however, comes in the form of my Choice Banded Heracross, because it just tears through his physical walls like I don't even care, because this Hitmontop is more than likely max HP, max defense, by how well it takes this Choice Banded close combat. Does around half, plus, Technotops and, stuff. I wouldn't have seen Intimidate if it wasn't defensive, so... He has two options. He can go for the Sucker Punch here, thinking that he'll die, or on the off chance that he'll live. He could have gone for the close combat there for more damage. I don't really know how much HP he was left with, but judging by the fact he went for Sucker Punch, I probably did a little over half, and he didn't really want to chance it. So he does not really that much damage to the point where I'm even going to worry about it. But I'm intimidated, and I'm locked in on close combat as he brings in his Nidoqueen. I'm really just bringing in Sigilyph just to scare him off. I don't want him setting up that second layer of Toxic Spikes. But thinking about it, I wouldn't have minded, to be honest. That'll actually come to play a little bit later. But he brings in Registeel. I don't care. The thing is that I need to keep Heracross around for Registeel. Otherwise, I'm going to have a bitch of a time dealing with that. Because my only fire type, is really only going to get one safe switch in, as you'll see later. But I bring in my Heracross now just to get my Guts boost going and to also make sure he can't T-Wave me. He instead takes the opportunity to set up Stealth Rocks, knowing that I'm going to switch out and I cannot touch Registeel at all. My Sigilyph isn't really going to need to worry about Stealth Rocks because Magic Guard and whatnot. Everything else kind of will, so that was a good turn to set him up, if you ask me. But he brings in Nidoqueen, his second, probably physical wall. The majority of Nidoqueens I've seen are physically defensive, so you can take fighting and rock hits like this. But, I thought you resisted. That did, like, fucking half, and he switches it in on it, and it does over half because, it brought him into the green at that point. I'm going to chance it again because I'm Guts boosted at this point. If I was Guts boosted before, I would have taken out that Hitmontop so fast. But the fact that Adamant Choice Banded Heracross is a 2-hit KO on Nidoqueen is one of the sexiest things I've seen in Pokemon, like, all week. But Heracross, taking out the physical walls and all that stuff. In comes Flygon. I'm definitely predicting the... I was kind of predicting the Earthquake because of my lower defenses and, he wouldn't have to be locked in on Outrage. But much to my surprise, I was predicting the U-Turn or the Earthquake, not the Outrage, because I do have a Weavile that can Revenge kill him. But he actually goes for it, ends up taking out my Mismagius, which is a little unfortunate since I probably could have used it later at the end of the game. But I bring in my Weavile now, who's going to get Poison, take the Stealth Rocks damage. I have a lot of Stealth Rock weak pokes on this team, which is a little bit of an oversight. I probably should have brought a Spinner. But the thing is that I have Ice Shard on this guy, so Weavile's going to get an easy kill because he's locked in and he can't go anywhere. That Flygon is mad, and now it's dead. So, going to take Life Orb and poison damage. I cannot bring this thing in, you know, too carefully. It's just strictly going to be reserved for revenge killing. Because after the Life Orb and the poison damage and the Stealth Rocks damage, you know, from both turns, I'm actually at around half health, and that kind of sucks, guys. But now I bring in my second Rocks weak poke. What am I doing with so many things weak to Stealth Rock? I'm so stupid. Okay, note that I was at full health. And I'm just like, okay, I'm going to come in, take an overheat, it's fine. And he goes for the Volt Switch. I'm like, okay, I should be able to take this decently from defensive Rotom. Okay, that did a little bit more than I thought. He's offensive, you know, Scarfed and whatnot. I really didn't remember what kind of fucking Rotom it was, to be honest, until I saw Lefties later, because he keeps Volt Switching for the duration of the match. But, in comes this Roserade. I don't know what kind of Roserade he's running, if he's running a faster one or a slower one. All I know is that he's at a pretty low amount of health to the point where E-Speed will definitely take him out, so I might as well go for it. He could have gone to Registeel right there, but, you know, if I did predicted that and gone for the Flare Blitz, then he would have been down to Registeel. So I bring in my Shinpora. Not Shinpora, this is fucking Sigilyph. I like the name Shinpora better for some reason, though. And I also named it Dreamcatcher, because here in Arizona, we have a lot of people that sell these trinkets, and they look like dream catchers. Oh, Indian reservations, you sell the funniest goodies. But I roost thinking that I'm slower. It turns out I actually have more speediness invested than I thought, and I'm faster. And as a result, you know, my roost fails. I was kind of, you know, hoping to roost after he Volt Switched, because that's what I would have been predicting. Now here, I just make a series of really stupid plays, because I was like, you know what? If he kills me off, great. If he doesn't, he doesn't. I'm going to try to boost up as much as I can so I can be ready for Rotom if he wants to bring that in at any time. But the reality is that he has Thunder Wave and Iron Head. He is going to have a hell of a better time dealing with me, because I go for the Calm Mind here. I don't get the T-Wave or or I don't get paralyzed or flinch. I do get paralyzed on this one, so I'm kind of just like sitting here like, I'll boost up, whatever, and he Seismic Tosses here, so he has no chance to flinch me, but can go ahead and get a Roost. As you can, you know, probably predict, if I've sped this portion up and, you know, not the rest of the game, it means that one of us is going to die eventually, judging by the fact that I don't have a super effective move, and he gets the paralyzed on this one. It is going to be me. So he takes me out with the Seismic Toss. That's okay. I just wanted to save switch into Heracross, you know, because after the Stealth Rocks damage and such, I will be below 100 HP. I thought it was going to be a little lower, but it turns out I'm actually at 99, so if I came in on a Seismic Toss, I wouldn't have a way to deal with Registeel. But Choice Band in close combat, he doesn't want his Rotom to take that. He realizes that his Rotom is going to be more valuable if he wants to win this match. The fact that I missed the Hydro Pump on it is really coming back to bite me in the ass big time. That, and the reason I chose Adamant, you know, for added power, is also pretty unfortunate because he's able to outspeed me. I don't know if me having Jolly on this thing would mean I'd be able to outspeed him. I'm under the impression that it won't, so I'm kind of just rambling off the top of my head. But I bring in Weavile now, which I think is my last guy. Really unfortunate because Weavile comes so close to pulling this out for me, but I kind of just spoiled what happens. You know, I'm going to fake out because I'm, you know, Jolly instead of Adamant. The Night Slash is not going to kill, and that is going to be the game. I could have brought in Mismagius and, you know, just cleaned up with Shadow Ball if I had it and predicted correctly. But the thing is I didn't really have anything at that point that wanted to take an Outrage, so that was kind of unfortunate. But Night Slash comes really close. You know, that being a 1-0 for him was probably one of the more enjoyable games I've had. So if you guys liked it too, you're welcome to leave a like, rating, comment, subscribe to your thing. I gotta put stored power on that fucking Sigilyph. I don't know what I'm doing. But that was the game. I got some... This is probably going to be the only video I upload today, you know, just take it easy on that. I'm probably going to edit some videos, but I'll have those ready for you throughout the week. To talk to you tournament-type people for a little bit, I've had some people PMing me saying, oh, I can't find my opponent. That's because you're putting their name in the search bar and it's not popping up. What you need to do for the tournament is whoever you're matched up with, youtube.com/copy paste their name. You know, if they don't pop up because their profile is private, it will tell you. If they don't pop up because their name is misspelled, it will say, you know, not found. In either case, you know, let me know if that happens. That's how you're supposed to do it. And I'll look and see if I got it right, or if it's private. You know, if I got it wrong, I'll correct the spelling for you, you know, hit you up with that. Because a lot of people haven't been able to find it, and that's how you do it. So that'll do it out of me for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you tomorrow.